Welcome back, ladies, to the Grown Women's Table. Ladies, it's your girl, Lori. Hey, girl, hey. How y'all doing today? I know y'all seen the title, and I'm coming in the beginning of the video, not put together, but we're going to do a get ready with me. And y'all, I want to talk about the R. Kelly situation, but I really kind of want to tell you my story and what I think as women we should be doing. So if you want to know my thoughts and see me get ready for work, keep watching.
If you need some advice or looking for an idea, just to get some tips, you can get that right here. This is Lori's life. Yeah, this is Lori's life.
All right, y'all. I am going to just try some new products, and I'm just going to kind of like flash it and show you what I'm using. But I'm not going to really go into no details because I just want to talk to y'all. This was in my spirit, so I have to get this video out. So you guys already are aware of the Surviving R. Kelly, and I'll be looking in this mirror as well. The Surviving R. Kelly's series that came on. And so I went ahead and checked it out. And first thing I'm going to say is he needs to be up under somebody's jail. Like, up under the jail with no sunlight. That's where he needs to be. So that's how I feel about R. Kelly and what he has done to these young women. But what I want to talk about is what we can do as women to help other young women. And I was looking at the little series, and like some of the women were like, or girls, because they weren't women. Some of the girls were like 16, 17, even 18 and 19. I'm going to put that all in the same category. And when I was watching it, I was like, wow. In a way, I can relate to what's going on because I'm going to just give you a little story about me. Like when I was 15, my boyfriend was like 20. And y'all, I don't know if my mom knew about the boy or not, but she shipped my little happy butt to my daddy. And so when she did that, I went and stayed with my father. I saw a lot of things. I learned a lot of things about men. And what I'll say is my dad was something else, is what I'll say. But I remember one day my dad pulling me to the side, and I'm going to clean up what he said. He pulled me to the side and he was like, "Do you see how I treat so-and-so?" I was like, "Yeah." He said, "If you be a dumb female, dudes would treat you the same way." And when I tell y'all, that like stuck with me. So I became very, based on what I saw and what he had said, I had became very harsh towards guys. Like I didn't give him too much slack. So when I came back to live with my mom, when I turned 18, I was dating a 29-year-old. And the reason why I'm telling y'all guys this is because a lot of us as teenagers dated older guys. This is nothing new. This is not, this just didn't come out with R. Kelly. This has been going on forever. And at the age of 18, I really thought, I knew about life. I knew, everything that I needed to know, not realizing I didn't, but at the time I did. So what I'm sharing with you guys is this because a lot of us, if you be honest, dated older guys. Now, did all of us have people in our lives that would guide us and let us know about the pitfalls of dating older guys? Or did we learn it as we went? Or did we become victims? And I think a lot of times, young girls, when they're dating older guys, they become victims because they don't understand the controllingness. What someone told me, "I'm trying to mold you." And my response to that was a few curse words and like, "You can't mold me into nothing." But that was because I was a little bit more aggressive. So had I not been a little bit more aggressive and a little bit, not street smart, but just knew a little bit more, I might have been a victim. So this video is really to all you ladies out there who have children, who have daughters. And this is another thing. Y'all, stop acting like these kids ain't having sex, because they are. You was having sex. So you know that your teenagers are out here having sex. And they think it's okay to have sex, and they're going to think it's okay to have sex with an older man. So we need to school our girls, y'all. Seriously. That's the whole purpose of this video. You know, R. Kelly is showing us how you have some very naive young women who might be 18, 19, 16, 17-year-olds, you know what I mean, between 16 and 19-year-olds. You have some very naive young ladies, because I think sometimes as mothers, we want to have this image for our kids, like, you know, oh, we were good kids, or we didn't do this. And, you know, a lot of times we want to look down on them and judge them. But I think we ought to start being real with our kids, because if we were more real with our daughters, and let them know, hey, if you meet a guy and he is controlling, or he's trying to tell you what to wear, or he's trying to isolate you, tell you not to hang out with your friends, don't hang out with your family, trying to isolate you from your family, I think if we were to do that and talk to them more, these men wouldn't be able to go in and manipulate our daughters the way they do. But because we want to keep it hush hush and act like we ain't done nothing wrong, act like we innocent, we've been a saint all our lives, when you know dang on well you have not. That puts our kids in jeopardy, because no one is telling them the truth. Tell these young girls the truth about what you went through, and let them know about the pitfalls, and let them know about what to look out for, because regardless or not, no matter what we say or do, your teenagers are going to do things behind your back. They're not going to tell you every single thing, because they think they're old enough and wise enough to handle it. So tell them, prepare them. To me, it's better to prepare a young lady for dealing with an older man than not to prepare her, and she gets out and get in a situation with an older man and find herself a victim of mental, physical, and sexual abuse. But if you school her and tell her, hey, this is what you need to be looking out for. And you don't have to say for older men, just men, period. Boys, period. If you want to, you know, go that route, then that way she can be prepared. Like one of the things, like what was said to me, and my situation, I don't feel, and I'm going to be honest, I didn't feel like I was being, what's the word? Abused, because I wasn't. I didn't feel like I was being taken advantage of, because I felt like, hey, I like him, he like me, I'm grown, he grown, you know what I'm saying? So I didn't feel like I was being taken advantage of, which I don't think, in my eyesight, I can say I was not being taken advantage of. I don't feel like it was a negative experience for me, but that's just me. Everyone is not, I guess, fortunate or lucky enough to be able to say that, because if we be realistic, there's a lot of states where you're legally grown at 17. There are states where you can literally get married at 16. So y'all, we can't live in a fantasy bubble and not protect our kids. And I know I might be all over the place with this conversation, but y'all, I just feel like it needs to be said. We need to be honest with our kids, with our daughters, and let them know that there are guys out here that are predators, and they wait to try to pounce on young, naive girls. And your girls don't have to be naive if you tell them, if you school them. I am grateful that I was around women that were not trying to hide their imperfections. You know what I mean? They didn't try to hide and pretend like they were perfect. Like, one thing I can say about my mother talked to me a lot. And first, girl, she had me so scared, I never wanted to have sex, because she had me petrified. But she was kind of descriptive into telling me what it was all about. And she didn't lie, because that is what happened, you know. So it did make me want to wait a little while longer before I engaged in that. Hold on, y'all. I'm looking for a brush. I'm getting ready for work. So I thank my mom for being honest with me and helping prepare me And I thank her for shipping my little butt off to my dad when I wasn't ready. But she did prepare me for guys and the game that they try to play. And if there are any guys watching this video, school your little sisters. Let them know what game is. Let them know that, oh, if you love me, you would do that. That's game. And then we also got to let our young girls know, too, that you don't do everything for a coin. Money is not everything. Just because somebody comes and buy you the latest Gucci bag or a Louis Vuitton or, shoot, a Coach or whatever, that don't mean you have to sleep with them. That don't mean you owe them anything, because you don't owe them nothing. But if we're not having these conversations with our young ladies, they don't know. Guys come in and they flash a little money their way and make it seem like, oh, they doing so much for them coming. You know, you think it's cute when your boyfriend that's grown come and pick you up from school, like, ooh, wait, look at me. You have to talk to your daughters. If not, they will become a victim. You have to let them understand how not to put themselves in situations that they cannot get out of, and be honest with them and let them know about situations you put yourself in because nobody schooled you and you learned the hard way. And even if it's embarrassing or you feel ashamed, I'd rather feel embarrassed and ashamed to come on here and tell you, yes, I was 18 years old dating a grown man. 2, as a matter of fact, if I want to be honest. And at 14, I had a 20-year-old boyfriend. Yeah, that's not cute, but I'd rather tell you if that's going to help prevent another young lady from being a victim. And that's what you have to do, moms. You got to tell your kids the truth. Because at the end of the day, like I said earlier, honey, these kids is out here doing whatever they want. And, you know, a lot of parents want to be naive and think, oh, not my child. Yes, your child. Yes, your daughter will sneak behind your back and date a 25-year-old. Yes, they will. And if you don't school them, they're going to learn the hard way. And I think that was part of the thing, you know, with this R. Kelly situation. His was a little different because these girls all wanted to be stars, you know. They looked at him as a celebrity. So that's why you have to let little girls know about their self-worth. Let them know that your body is not for sale. No matter what it is that you're trying to achieve in life, you don't get it using your body. You don't get it by allowing someone to say you got to sleep with me, or you got to perform oral sex with me, or you got to do whatever with me in order to get to the next level. But you have to talk to your girls and let them know, you know what I'm saying? And not pretend like they so innocent and it'll never happen to them. Because we all know that it will happen to them. It can happen to them. It happened to you. It happened to me. You know what I'm saying? Things happen to us in life. And a lot of times we're like, oh, your kids ain't going to listen. They don't listen. They don't listen. They don't listen. But if you're an auntie, a big sister, they might not listen to mom and dad. But if mom tells them something, and then auntie goes back behind them and tells them the same thing, and big sis tells them something, godmama tells them something, you know what I'm saying? If we're all singing the same song, it's more likely that they will listen. But if everybody's trying to be quiet and act like they little saints and they didn't do nothing and they were little angels and they stayed virgins till they got married, child boo. So I'm just saying this video, talking to you guys, because I really want us to be honest with our young adults and school them. And I know it's probably all over the place, this conversation, but it's a true fact. Older men and younger women is a part of reality, regardless if we want to admit it or not. Now, I'm not agreeing at all with what Art Kelly did, because that's totally different. He's messing with 14-year-olds and all that, and in mind control, all that crap. No, don't get it twisted. I'm not defending that. I was about to cuss. I'm not defending him, period. All I'm saying is, hey, y'all, let's make sure our girls are safe out here. And one way to make sure that they're safe is to tell them what to look out for. And if we don't tell them, who's going to tell them? Like, seriously. You expect that man to tell your daughter what's the real deal? Or do you expect that man to try to manipulate her and abuse her because he thinks she's naive and she don't know the telltale signs of an abusive person? I don't want to take the chance of my nieces learning from a guy. I'd rather be that auntie that keep it all the way 100 with them and tell them the 100% truth about everything. Because it's better for them to have knowledge than to be out here in these streets looking crazy and don't know nothing about nothing. And then another thing, when you're honest with your kids and you keep it 100 with them and you let them know, yeah, I did this and I did that, your kids are more likely to come to you and tell you the truth because they feel like you're not going to judge them and that you can understand and relate. Just like if you're going through something and somebody started talking to you about it and you're like, you don't have a clue as to what I'm talking about, you're less likely to listen or, take advice. But if I know, you might understand what I'm talking about or you could relate, then there's a likelihood that your child most likely will come to you and say, hey, because I used to come to talk to my mom a lot. Be like, hey, what you think about this? Or what you think about that? I was told this. And that gives you another opportunity to reinforce what your child needs to be on the lookout for when it comes to predators. Yeah, I'm about done with this face. Oh, dang. I wanted to use this NYX Can't Stop, Won't Stop, but I really don't need to set this. But I'm going to use a little bit just anyway. So what do y'all think about what I'm saying? I mean, do you feel like I'm just talking crazy? Or do you really understand what I'm saying when it comes to being honest with our children, especially our young women, when it comes to dealing with older men? And in the comment section, how many of y'all dated older guys? When you put it in the comment section if you dated an older guy. And also, let me know, did anybody school you before you start dating them? Okay, y'all, I'm about done. I just really wanted to come in here and put my little 2 cents on this R. Kelly thing. I heard a lot of different people talk about it and how bad he is, which I totally agree. But I didn't hear a lot of people saying that we need to school our girls, because we do. I'd rather be safe than sorry when it comes to my nieces. And I don't have any daughters, but I have a sister who I raised, and I have nieces. And they'll tell you, I be telling them the 100% truth because I want them to be prepared for what's going on in the real world and what really happens as teenagers and how we think, how I thought, how they think as teenagers and what they think is okay. And not only, we looking like, oh, older men, young women, boo. But if you look at it, it's happening every day. Every day. You see young women dating old men, married to them, have children by them. This is the reality that we live in, period. So I just want to have our girls to be aware in school. That's what they say back in the day. I don't know what they call it now, but back in the day, we'd be like, somebody had to school you. I want to school my young ladies on what to expect when dealing with an older man. And I got more I want to say about it, but I don't want this video to be so long, and I got to go to work. But if you guys want me to continue this topic, leave it in the comment section, because there are some telltale signs of when you dealing with a predator and a abuser and predator. They're the same thing to me, abuser. So leave that in the comment section if you want me to continue talking about it. I'm about to go put on my hair, y'all, and go to work. But Thank you so much for watching this video. And to all my new subscribers, I see you and I appreciate you. And if you haven't hit that like button, or that subscribe button rather, then you gotta hit that button so that I can save you a seat at the Grown Women's table. And until the next video, bye-bye, ladies.
Yeah, check out Lori's life. Yeah, this is Lori's life. If you need some advice or looking for an idea, just to get some tips, you can get that right here. This is Lori's life. Yeah, this is Lori's life. Check out Lori's life. Yeah, it's Lori's life.